Hello and welcome to Crusader Kings 2, more specifically Westeros, because we are playing the Game of Thrones mod for Crusader Kings 2. Normally in Crusader Kings 2 you play as a feudal lord in medieval Europe, not so much in this mod because here you are, well, wherever you want to be in Westeros. Judging by the title of this video, you will probably have sussed out by now that we are going to be playing in Westeros itself. Ignore King Daeron here. We're doing a new game and we're starting at the Blackfyre Rebellion start date. We'll get more into the nitty-gritty of things, but in the Blackfyre Rebellion start date, so this takes place roughly, let's see here, 100 years before the timeline of the actual Game of Thrones television show. And we are going to be playing as Daemon Blackfyre of the Rebellion. So, Westeros is on the brink of civil war as Daemon Blackfyre, the legitimized bastard bastard son of King Aegon IV, has risen in rebellion against his true-born brother King Daeron II, forcing the lords of Westeros to choose between the Black Dragon and the Red Dragon. Meanwhile, in the north, House Stark faces a rebellion led by the dangerous Skagosi, and across the narrow sea, the free cities of Braavos and Pentos are at war. It is up to you to decide the fate of the Seven Kingdoms. When you play the Game of Thrones, you either win or you die. Famous quote by Cersei Lannister, at least in the show. I haven't actually read the books. However, I've been fascinated with the actual Blackfyre Rebellion period of Westerosi history, and you know, watched plenty of YouTube videos on it and all that stuff, which I'm sure you have as. I love the mod. These crowns actually are items that you can pick up in the game, and if you put them on, it changes which crown you're wearing. So this is the like the crown of the Rock, the Lannister crown, and the crown of Dorne, and I'm guessing this is the crown of House Tyrell or Gardner. It might be. I'm not sure. And our crown obviously is not that nice. This is the Iron King's crown, I believe. Let's do custom game setup just to get a sort of look over the entire map and go to realm mode. So, when you play this game, you can play wherever you want in the entire world of A Song of Ice and Fire. You don't have to play in Westeros. You can go to Essos, to the sort of merchant republics and all that over here. Braavos, the setting for a lot of season 6 and 7. Or at least season 6 and 7. You can't go to Valyria because that is actually destroyed. The Doom of Valyria consumed all this, though there are submods which you can actually grab from the forums of the creators of this mod. You've got Ashai. This is, I believe, where Melisandre and her ilk learned their shadow magic, their shadow binding. And you've got Leng, sort of strange. Like an Asian nation in which they, or sort of Asian inspired, sorry, not Asian because Asia does not exist, but an Asian inspired nation in which a god empress rules, and I think there is a pyramid inside Leng which houses a literal god, which cannot be allowed to leave because then it unleashes doom on the entire world. You can unleash it if you want to in this game. Got Yeti. You've got the cone-headed people, all this like strange stuff that is barely touched on in the books. I love also when you click, it plays like the harp. There's Marine, Yunkai, Astapor, places touched on in the television show with Daenerys' plotline. I should say before we keep going, there will be spoilers in this. It's unavoidable. And as the show comes out and as I keep making videos and keep watching episodes, I'll probably want to talk about it. So if you haven't seen the show, I advise you to just turn back now. Watch the show. It's a good time. And if you are a book reader, but you do not watch the show, also turn back, because the show technically could spoil the books. We don't know yet. So, in this time period, 100 years before the setting of the show, the Starks are ruled by, or the North is ruled by, Lord Paramount Barthagon Blacksword Stark. The Vale, ruled by Donal of the Vale. The Westerlands, ruled by Daemon Lannister. King Daeron the Good of the Iron Throne. Of House Targaryen, of course, Daenerys' house. Lord Paramount Leo Longthorn of House Tyrell. And Dorne is still, yeah, it's ruled by a Martell. So most of the ancestral houses are still here. We got the Tullys of the Riverlands, the Crossing, ruled by a Frey, and the Iron Islands, ruled by a Greyjoy. So most of the ancestral houses here are sort of in control where they would be in the TV show as well. And there shouldn't be any dragons, I don't think. Because at this point in time, they are dead. So let's find our friend here. The Blackfyre Rebellion. King Daemon of the Blackfyre host. Let's go. Okay, so special rules. These are usually for Crusader Kings. These have a great impact. They won't have a great impact here. Some of them are like rules like this one, which change spoilers, and this one. We are going to go full spoilers, so you have been warned once again. Start game. Although bastard born, I am Targaryen on both sides. Seeing this, my father, King Aegon IV, legitimized me in addition to bestowing upon me Blackfyre, the sword of Targaryen kings. That is the sword, the Valyrian steel sword that Aegon Targaryen wielded during his conquest. Rumors abound that my half-brother... Oh, go away. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Rumors abound that my half-brother King Daeron II is the bastard of my uncle Aemon the Dragon Knight, making me rightful heir to the Iron Throne. I will claim what is mine. Maester Lauren, so we've got a Maester. So a few things are different from the default game, obviously. The world is completely different, but some mechanics have changed as well. Also, look at this, the gorgeous sort of special armor. I got like dragon armor kind of in the artwork that I've used for the thumbnail. So my wife is Queen Rohan of the Blackfyre host. So she is from, she's Taroshi. As evidenced by her colorful hair, I suppose. They do dye their hair and beards. Plenty of colorful people here. I believe Dario Naharis is meant to be from Tyrosh. But they don't do a good job of representing the colorfulness of his hair and beard in the television show. So we are now based out of Bramsfort, or Bramsfort. Just a tiny little castle close to King's Landing in the Crownlands. Our council, like in Crusader Kings 2, though slightly different, named differently and have different roles. Because technology is not a thing in Game of Thrones mod, or in the Game of Thrones mod. So instead, you have some different roles. The court physician is the Maester, and in order to get one, you have to actually send for it from the Citadel. And they have unique mechanics and everything. You can actually become a Maester in this game as well. Or at least study with the Maesters. We have the Master of Whisperers, that's kind of like the Spy Master. The Septon, that is the religious sort of priestly role, the court chaplain, who is not doing anything, so I'll send him to... Let's see, what is our religion? We are Faith of the Seven, so he's just gonna hunt our court physician will serve the court. And yeah, so we've got the Master at Arms, that is the Marshal, Master of Coin, the Steward, the Master of Laws, the Council or Chancellor, and the Hand of the King, which is also kind of like a steward thing. So they have a shared purpose. The Hand of the King in Game of Thrones is obviously the right-hand man or woman to the king. And I don't think this role is accessible unless you are actually a king. Like, you know, I claim to be. Set him to oversee realm. These are like very general roles and stuff. Improve holding, that is related to specific construction mechanics in this game, or in this mod. My council here. Minor titles, these are important. There's a lot of them in the game. Every time you gotta start assigning people, so the bodyguards. Assign the people with the best martial traits and stuff. My mother is also going to be my bodyguard because she's strong. And yeah, we have a lot of cool knights here. Sir Byron Flowers, also a bastard, a friend of Daemon. Daemon does take with him a lot of colorful characters and a lot of children. They've gotten busy. Yeah, so let's look at the our friends again. Sir Aegon Bittersteel. This guy is a badass in the in the stories. He's got 29 martial, which is insane. He's a knight, you know, sir. He's strong, a legitimized bastard. We're basically like just a band of bastards. Sir Quentin Fireball, also a cool dude. He is, yeah, he's a reachman, which you can see by the style of his armor. Westerosi Valyrian kind of generic armor. Kingslander as well. Sir Gareth the Grey, also a knight. My mother, Princess Dana the Defiant. And yeah, Byron Flowers. Alright, focus. We're at war, so we're gonna pick war. Designated regent, so I'm not sure who we would make regent. I think we trust our friends. And we're going to make Sir Aegon Bittersteel the regent. I feel like that is in character for Daemon. Actually, no, let's make Quentin Fireball. He seems much more of a... He's stubborn, but he's more of a good guy. So, Daemon... He's ambitious, he's honorable, he's brave, he's gregarious. Like, he's a friendly and very virtuous man. A person to look up to. He's the embodiment of the traditional knight. And his brother, who we are fighting, our rival, who we hate, he's kind, he's brave, he's diligent, he's just, and he's charitable. This is a good man that we're fighting. These are two good men who are fighting each other. And we are in the middle of a battle. I don't know what's happening here because they're technically friendly to us. I think it's a glitch. This happens at the start of most playthroughs when I play as the Blackfyre host here. Alright, let's see. 6 children lack a childhood focus. Princess Daenerys of the Blackfyre host. She is going to be not the same Daenerys from the show, obviously. She's a daughter of King Aerys the Mad. So she's going to be trained, I think, Thrift. Our heir... Oh, he's going to be a warrior. Struggle. Next one, he is a squire. He's also, I think, going to be a warrior. Let's do pride for him. Oh yeah, Prince Daemon. So he has dragon dreams. Our son here, yeah, he's a mystic, so he's gonna have, like, technically he's gonna have magic and stuff. Because there is magic in this mod. Though it's very scarce and rare. Like in the Game of Thrones world, I suppose, after the dragons disappear. I wonder if faith might be a good idea. Let's do etiquette, actually. Let's see, what do they lead to? Nope, I don't want that. Lunatic might be cool on him. No, we're gonna do that one. Because I would like to develop Erudite on him. Just become this like beast of learning. So another strong struggle. Attractive. Let's do humility on her. Aegon, attractive. Let's do etiquette. And rowdy and playful already. Kala, I think. Let's do pride. Let's see what happens with that. I don't min-max in this game. I'm going to like ever so slightly roleplay and just kind of do whatever seems like the most interesting and the most fun. Odds are, like in Game of Thrones often, like what happens is, or like what happens often in Game of Thrones, we are probably going to have our head chopped off and, you know, meet some sort of unceremonious end. Maybe we'll die of dysentery or something. You know, shit our bowels out and just, yeah. Meet a very, very terrible and bad end. So, yeah, I am the blood of old Valyria. This pops up because of my culture. And we call any soldiers. Vassal life is 788, not a lot, actually. Let's try to send them up, though. Pain Hall, this is where, I believe... Yeah, House Pain, Ilan Pain, also... Podrick, Sir Podrick Pain. Or Podrick Pain, not Sir. Squired to Brienne of Tarth. Technically, not actually squired though, but you know. Aegor is going to lead the left flank. Quentin... Oh, sorry, Aegor the right flank, Quentin the left flank, and I will lead the center. Daemon Blackfyre takes these matters into his own hands. I'm saddened that the music stopped. Bloodline of House Blackfyre lays claim to traditional ancestral lands that must be reclaimed. Alright, so we get a strong claim on the throne, basically. Alright, let's see. Why are we not hearing any music? There we go. Fixed. Saved, saved, saved. Let's look at the supplies. So we're gonna... Okay, so we're not gonna keep going that way, I think. We don't want to lose most of our troops to attrition at this point. We have a fairly powerful army, but we are in a very vulnerable spot. Master at Arms Bertrand Craycall is a hard worker that everyone seems to like him. I'm deciding between having him heighten the morale or to try and recruit more men. So that one isn't going to affect us because we can't really raise any men, so we're going to heighten the morale of all the armies we have. I love the character interactions of Crusader Kings too. It's one of the things I wish they kind of did more of in Imperator. The character interactions don't feel as flavorful and meaningful to me anymore, or compared to CK2. They did say though that they're going to be changing that in future patches. Let's see, they're gonna get a river crossing penalty. They're walking straight into us. I want to catch this army out. Prince Maekar, so that is Baelor Breakspear. Yep, Aerys, my nephew. Rhaegal, and that's Rhaegal, sorry, and that is Maekar. My master at arms has discovered a man of great military talent, Sir Roland. He's not that great, but he joins and becomes a commander. Your aunt, Princess Elena, tried to hatch a dragon from her egg, but failed. She also lost her egg in the process. She had an egg? You fool. Whoa. He was fed to King Aegon II's dragon. I think this is some like Dance with Dragons shit here. Oh. What was her nickname? It's Aegon the Unworthy. Oh, okay. I mean, Lady Rhea the Bronze Bitch. I suppose that's in keeping with the tradition of Game of Thrones' nicknames and such. So we can look into our son's dragon dreams in order to get insight on plots. It's kind of like green seeing or drinking Shade of the Evening mechanics, where you basically get revealed, like you reveal plots and stuff. You get some sort of unnatural insight. Let's see. Show me the dragons. So there are dragon eggs out there in the world. Prince Aeron of Dragonstone has a dragon egg. Prince Daeron of Dragonstone has one. Oh lord, it just suddenly became very loud. I'm going to turn that down. Hold on, a little bit. In the mixer, let's see here. That should be better. All right, so yeah, I think that's where I'm happy with it. And Lord Ambrose of Butterwell. What? That's there. Yo, we're gonna go back there. Fuck the throne for now. I mean, we are going to fight some armies on the way there, but actually we can't mess with this too long. We do need to like sort these battles out and destroy their armies before they all gather. Destroy the Lannister army quickly. Daemon does not like diplomacy. All right then. Yeah, I want to siege that down and steal this man's dragon egg. The last dragon's dragon egg. So there are 3 eggs of the last dragon, I believe. Oh! These are, I think, the 3 dragon eggs that are stolen. Possibly. Yes, these are the 3 dragon eggs that are stolen after, well, after this whole mess, and then are shepherded away and then reappear, or at least people believe, reappear at some point as a gift from Illyrio Mopatis to Daenerys Targaryen. So these are Daenerys' dragon eggs, I think. Those 3. Let's see, your right modesty will get me nowhere, which means I get brilliant commander, but I get proud. Or do I get humble? I will get, this is a team effort soldier, yeah. That's more King Daemon. Oh dude, they're just feeding soldiers into the grinder here. Oh! You are separated from your men in the chaos of battle and now find yourself in the midst of war. As you scan the field and try to rejoin your forces, you see Lord Paramount Daemon break through the enemy ranks and charge you. Daemon v Daemon. The Battle of the Daemons. Let's see, Daemon Lannister and Daemon Targaryen. Or Daemon Blackfyre, I suppose. With the inverted Targaryen sigil. Prepare to die, Lannister scum. That's right, coward. Run back to Castle Rock. What's this marshal like? Oh, so he's so in this mod you have personal combat skill, which impacts. I think actually that might be a thing now in the base game as well, but it impacts your performance in duels and stuff. The Battle of Bramsford, our ongoing struggle at Venetfort, has brought out the best of our military strategists. One of them is a Kingslander veteran with a penchant for innovation. He is suggesting that he retire from the battlefront and return to Bramsford to continue his work, safe from flying arrows. Yeah, this sounds like a solid investment. It gives us high reinforcement rates, which will, I mean, it's not going to be a huge deal, but it will reinforce at least. Wait, hold on. Oh shit, we're locked in. Where are they going? So they're going to Great Fork. And they're going to Rayonet. Let's try to get ahead of them. Ahead of the Tyrell army. Oh, there's the Westland army and the Iron Thrones army. Okay, so Bertrand Craycall wants a reward. For his Bertrand Redtusk of Craycall. For his service. I will give him some money, yeah. That's like relatively unimportant. Okay, so we're fighting Brendan Tully. He's not the Blackfish. Wait. Okay, so Edmund Tully is the one leading it. Alright, so I just got another claim. Alright, so we won the battle against the Tullys. Let's position ourselves again to potentially intercept this army. A lot of this early game here with the Rebellion is going to be just fighting a lot of battles. Oh shit, this is going to be... This might be the deciding battle here. So we got to King's Landing before them. So the armies of the king, not led by the king, but led by Prince Maekar and him alone. So led by Prince Maekar, reached the gates of King's Landing. We reached the gates of King's Landing before them, positioned ourselves outside and waited in ambush. And then we descended on them. Oh, Ulrich the Sword of the Morning, so he's got Dawn. But yeah, and then we descended on them. Beat the early, like the ones who got to the gate early, and then destroyed the reinforcements, it seems. And I am facing Lord Addison in personal combat. Daemon Blackfyre is a, like, you know, absolute monster on the battlefield, so prepare to die, Darkling scum. That's right, coward, run back to Duskendale. Alright, so we're gonna keep doing this this playthrough. I'm going to do this as like a kind of mini campaign thing. It won't be as long as the Kaiserreich campaign. I won't intend to play like the end of the timeline, but I'll play for as long as I have fun, and or until we die. And we'll take shots as they come at us, and yeah, we'll keep this at this sort of long form, in-depth narrative format where we kind of take our time and discuss what's happening and kind of immerse ourselves in the events. And with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'm excited to see you next time in Crusader Kings 2: A Game of Thrones. Goodbye.